Welcome to our kitchen. Today we're going to show you how to make the perfect chicken soup from scratch. None of that canned rubbish, people. We're talking about a soup so flavorful, so comforting, it'll make you want to slap your mama. Let's get started. Alright, you want the perfect chicken soup? Then listen up. We're not just throwing things into a pot and hoping for the best. No, we're crafting a masterpiece here. This isn't your average run-of-the-mill soup. This is the kind of soup that warms your soul and makes you feel like you're wrapped in a cozy blanket on a cold winter's day. So, let's get started with the essentials. First, you're going to need a whole chicken, about 3 to 4 pounds. This isn't just any chicken, it needs to be fresh, preferably organic. The quality of your chicken will make a huge difference in the final flavor of your soup. Trust me, it's worth the extra few bucks. Don't even think about using those pathetic pre-cut pieces. They lack the bones, the skin, and the rich, deep flavor that only a whole chicken can provide. The bones are crucial for making a rich, flavorful broth. So, put those pre-cut pieces back on the shelf and grab a whole chicken. You need the bones for flavor. Next, we're talking vegetables. 2 carrots chopped, not diced, chopped. 3 celery stalks chopped. 1 onion also chopped. These vegetables are the holy trinity of soup making. They add sweetness, depth, and a beautiful aroma to your broth. And remember, the way you chop your vegetables matters. You want them to be roughly the same size so they cook evenly. And don't you dare use a dull knife. A sharp knife is not only safer, but it also makes the chopping process much more efficient and enjoyable. Take the time to sharpen your knife before you start. Your fingers will thank you. Now for the herbs and spices. This is where the magic happens. Herbs and spices are what elevate your soup from good to extraordinary. They add layers of flavor and complexity that make every spoonful a delight. We're going to add a bay leaf, which adds a subtle, earthy flavor that ties everything together. It's a small addition, but it makes a big difference. Some fresh thyme, which has a slightly minty, lemony flavor that brightens up the soup, and of course salt and pepper. These are your basic seasonings, but they're essential. They enhance all the other flavors and bring everything into balance. And for the love of God, use fresh herbs. Fresh herbs have a vibrancy and intensity that dried herbs just can't match. They add a freshness and brightness to your soup that makes it taste alive. Dried herbs are for donkeys. They lack the flavor and aroma of fresh herbs. If you want your soup to be the best it can be, you need to use the best ingredients, so go out and get some fresh herbs. Your taste buds will thank you. First, give that chicken a good rinse under cold water. Pat it dry with paper towels. Now this is important. We're going to season the chicken generously with salt and pepper. Don't be shy, get in there. Next, chop those vegetables. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Make sure your knife is sharp. We want nice, even pieces, not a mangled mess. Now get a large stock pot over medium heat and add a drizzle of olive oil. Make sure the pot is large enough to hold all your ingredients comfortably. The olive oil should be enough to coat the bottom of the pot, but not too much that it becomes greasy. This step is crucial because it sets the foundation for the flavors that will develop as we cook. Olive oil is a great choice because it has a high smoke point and adds a subtle, rich flavor to the dish. Allow the oil to heat up for a minute or two until it starts to shimmer. This shimmering indicates that the oil is hot enough to start cooking. Once the oil is hot, carefully place the chicken in the pot. You should hear a satisfying sizzle as the chicken hits the hot oil. This sound is a good sign that the oil is at the right temperature. Be cautious while placing the chicken to avoid any oil splatters. It's important to lay the chicken pieces in a single layer to ensure even browning. If you overcrowd the pot, the chicken will steam instead of sear, and you won't get that beautiful golden crust we're aiming for. We want to brown the chicken on all sides, so don't touch it. Let it sit undisturbed for a few minutes. This patience will pay off with a deep, rich flavor. Browning the chicken not only adds color but also enhances the taste through the Maillard reaction, which is a chemical reaction between amino acids and reducing sugars that gives browned food its distinctive flavor. Use tongs to turn the chicken pieces, making sure each side gets an even sear. This process should take about 5-7 minutes. Let it get nice and golden. This golden color is a sign that the chicken is developing a complex savory flavor. Don't rush this step. The deeper the color, the more flavorful your dish will be. If the chicken sticks to the pot, it means it's not ready to be turned yet. Wait a little longer until it releases easily. Once the chicken is browned, add the chopped vegetables to the pot. We're using a classic mirepoix of carrots, celery, and onions. These vegetables are the holy trinity of flavor in many cuisines. They provide a sweet, aromatic base that complements the savory chicken. Make sure the vegetables are evenly chopped so they cook at the same rate. Stir them around and let them cook for a few minutes. This step allows the vegetables to release their natural sugars and develop a deeper flavor. Stirring also helps to scrape up any browned bits stuck to the bottom of the pot, incorporating them into the dish. These bits, known as fond, are packed with flavor and will enrich the overall taste of your dish. We want them to soften slightly. This usually takes about 5-7 minutes. The vegetables should become tender but not mushy. They will continue to cook as we proceed with the recipe, so don't worry if they're not fully cooked at this stage. The goal is to build layers of flavor, and softening the vegetables is a key part of that process. Now pour in enough cold water to cover the chicken and vegetables. Using cold water helps to extract more flavor from the ingredients as it heats up gradually. Make sure everything is submerged, but don't overfill the pot. The water will eventually become a rich, flavorful broth that forms the base of our dish. Bring the whole thing to a boil, then reduce the heat to low and cover the pot. Boiling helps to bring all the flavors together, but we don't want to keep it at a high temperature for too long. Reducing the heat to low and covering the pot allows the ingredients to simmer gently, melding their flavors without overcooking. Simmering also helps to tenderize the chicken and vegetables, resulting in a harmonious, well-balanced dish. Let it simmer for at least 30 minutes, or until the chicken is fully cooked and the vegetables are tender. This slow cooking process is what transforms simple ingredients into a delicious, comforting meal. Now add the bay leaf and thyme sprigs to the pot. Season with salt and pepper to taste. Remember, we want to build the flavor, so don't be afraid to be generous with the seasoning. Now here's where the magic happens. Let the soup simmer for at least 2 hours, or even longer if you have time. The longer it simmers, the more flavorful it will be. Once the soup is done simmering, carefully remove the chicken from the pot. This step is crucial as it ensures that the chicken is cooked to perfection and ready to be shredded. Use a pair of tongs to gently lift the chicken out, allowing any excess broth to drip back into the pot. This broth is packed with flavor and will be the base of our delicious soup. Let it cool slightly, then shred the meat and discard the bones. Shredding the chicken while it's still warm makes the process easier and ensures that the meat remains tender. Use 2 forks to pull the meat apart into bite-sized pieces. This method not only gives the soup a wonderful texture, but also allows the flavors to meld beautifully. Return the shredded chicken to the pot and stir to combine. This step is where the magic happens. As you stir the shredded chicken back into the pot, it absorbs the rich flavors of the broth, creating a harmonious blend of taste and texture. Make sure to stir well so that the chicken is evenly distributed throughout the soup. Taste the soup and adjust the seasoning if needed. This is your chance to make the soup truly your own. Add a pinch of salt, a dash of pepper, or even a sprinkle of your favorite herbs. Tasting as you go ensures that the final product is perfectly seasoned to your liking. Remember, a well-seasoned soup is the key to a satisfying meal. To serve, ladle the hot soup into bowls and garnish with fresh herbs, a squeeze of lemon juice, or a dollop of sour cream. These garnishes not only add a burst of color but also enhance the flavor profile of the soup. Fresh herbs like parsley or cilantro add a touch of freshness, while a squeeze of lemon juice brightens up the dish. A dollop of sour cream adds a creamy richness that balances the flavors perfectly. And for God's sake, serve it hot. There's nothing quite like a steaming bowl of soup to warm you up on a chilly day. The steam rising from the bowl is a sign that the soup is at the perfect temperature, ready to be enjoyed. So gather your loved ones, serve the soup hot, and savor every spoonful of this comforting homemade dish. And there you have it, the perfect chicken soup. It's flavorful, it's comforting, and it's sure to warm you up from the inside out. We hope you enjoyed this recipe. Now get out of my kitchen. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more delicious recipes. Happy cooking! Hello food lovers, welcome to another exciting episode where we explore the world of culinary delights. Today we have something truly special for you. Today we are going on a culinary adventure to a land of sunshine and exotic flavors. Imagine walking through a bustling tropical market, the air filled with the scent of fresh fruits and spices. The vibrant colors and the lively atmosphere are just a prelude to the amazing dish we are about to create. We're cooking up a dish that's simple, fresh, and bursting with the taste of the tropics: braised fish with green mango. This dish is a perfect blend of fresh ingredients that come together to create a symphony of flavors. The freshness of the fish, combined with the tangy green mango, makes for a dish that is both unique and delicious. This isn't your average fish recipe. The addition of green mango adds a twist that elevates the dish to a whole new level. The herbs and spices used in this recipe are carefully selected to complement the flavors of the fish and mango, creating a dish that is not only tasty, but also visually appealing. The tangy green mango brings a vibrant punch, cutting through the richness of the fish and creating a beautiful balance of flavors. The acidity of the mango helps to enhance the natural flavors of the fish, making each bite a delightful experience. This combination of flavors is what makes this dish stand out from the rest. It's a dish that's light and healthy, yet totally satisfying. The use of fresh ingredients ensures that the dish is not only delicious but also nutritious. The fish provides a good source of protein, while the green mango adds a dose of vitamins and minerals. This makes it a perfect meal for those who are health conscious but do not want to compromise on taste. Whether you're a seasoned chef or just starting out, this recipe is easy to follow and guaranteed to impress. The step-by-step instructions make it simple to recreate this dish in your own kitchen. Plus, cooking together with family or friends can be a fun and rewarding experience. It's a great way to bond and create lasting memories. So grab your apron and let's get cooking. This dish is not only a treat for your taste buds but also a feast for your eyes. The vibrant colors and the enticing aroma will make your kitchen come alive. So, what are you waiting for? Let's dive into this culinary adventure and create something truly special. Happy cooking! Before we start cooking, let's gather our ingredients. You'll need a variety of fresh and vibrant components to make this dish truly shine. Each ingredient plays a crucial role in building the layers of flavor and texture that will make our final dish unforgettable. Fresh fish. Choose a firm white fish like cod, tilapia, or snapper. The fish should be fresh, with a clean, ocean-like smell. Look for fillets that are firm to the touch and have a translucent appearance. This will ensure that the fish holds up well during cooking and absorbs all the wonderful flavors we'll be adding. Green mango, the star of the show. Make sure it's firm and unripe. The tartness of the green mango will add a refreshing contrast to the rich and savory elements of the dish. When selecting your mango, look for one that is hard and has a bright green skin. This will provide the perfect texture and tanginess. Aromatics, onion, garlic, and ginger for incredible flavor. These ingredients form the base of our dish, providing a depth of flavor that is both aromatic and savory. The onion should be finely chopped, the garlic minced, and the ginger grated to ensure they blend seamlessly into the sauce. Spices, turmeric, cumin, and chili powder for warmth and depth. These spices will add a beautiful color and a complex flavor profile to our dish. Turmeric brings a golden hue and earthy taste, cumin adds a warm, nutty flavor, and chili powder provides a subtle heat that ties everything together. Coconut milk adds richness and creaminess to the sauce. The coconut milk will balance the tartness of the green mango and the heat from the spices, creating a smooth and luscious sauce. Make sure to use full-fat coconut milk for the best texture and flavor. You'll also need a large pan with a lid, a chopping board, and a sharp knife. The pan should be large enough to hold all the ingredients comfortably, allowing them to cook evenly. A sharp knife is essential for preparing the ingredients efficiently and safely. With these tools and ingredients at hand, we're ready to start cooking. Now let's get prepping. This is an important step to build layers of flavor in our dish. Fish. Rinse the fish under cold water and pat it dry with paper towels. Green mango. Peel the mango and cut it into thin slices. Aromatics. Finely chop the onion, garlic, and ginger. Spices. Measure out your turmeric, cumin, and chili powder. With everything prepped and ready to go, we can move on to the cooking process. Heat some oil in your pan over medium heat. Add the chopped onion and cook until it softens and turns translucent. Then, add the garlic and ginger and cook for another minute until fragrant. Now, it's time to add our spices. Sprinkle in the turmeric, cumin, and chili powder. Stir them around for a minute to release their aromas and toast them slightly. This step is crucial for developing a deep and complex flavor base. Gently place the fish fillets on top of the aromatic spice base in the pan. Make sure not to overcrowd the pan. If necessary, cook the fish in batches. Season the fish lightly with salt and pepper. Don't worry about flipping it just yet, we'll let it cook on one side first. Pour the coconut milk over the fish, making sure it's almost fully submerged. Bring the liquid to a gentle simmer, then cover the pan with a lid. Reduce the heat to low and let the fish braise for about 10 to 15 minutes. The fish is cooked through when it flakes easily with a fork. Avoid overcooking as it will make the fish dry. Now it's time to add our star ingredient, the green mango. Scatter the mango slices over the braising fish. Replace the lid and continue to cook for another 5 minutes, or until the mango softens slightly, but still retains a bit of its crunch. While the dish is simmering, let's talk about adding some final touches. Fresh herbs are a fantastic way to elevate the flavors and add a pop of color. Coriander, Thai basil, or even a sprinkle of chopped spring onions would work beautifully. A squeeze of lime juice just before serving brightens up the flavors even further. Your braised fish with green mango is ready to be enjoyed. This dish is a delightful combination of tender fish and the tangy sweetness of green mango, creating a symphony of flavors that dance on your palate. The fish is braised to perfection, absorbing the rich, aromatic spices and the subtle tartness of the mango. It's a dish that not only satisfies your hunger, but also takes you on a culinary journey to the tropics. Serve it hot, straight from the pan, with a generous helping of fluffy white rice. The rice acts as the perfect canvas, soaking up the flavorful sauce and providing a comforting base for the fish. As you spoon the rice onto your plate, notice how the steam rises, carrying with it the enticing aroma of the dish. Each bite is a harmonious blend of textures and tastes, making every mouthful a delightful experience. Or some crusty bread to mop up the delicious sauce. The bread, with its crispy exterior and soft, airy interior, is perfect for soaking up every last drop of the savory sauce. As you dip the bread into the sauce, feel the crunch give way to the rich, flavorful liquid, creating a satisfying contrast that enhances the overall dining experience. It's a simple yet effective way to enjoy every bit of this tropical feast. This dish is a celebration of fresh, vibrant flavors. The bright colors of the ingredients reflect the lively and diverse tastes that come together in this meal. From the vivid green of the mango to the deep red of the spices, every element adds its unique touch to the dish. The freshness of the ingredients ensures that each bite is bursting with flavor, making this a truly memorable culinary experience, and is sure to transport you to a tropical paradise. Imagine enjoying this meal on a sun-kissed beach, with the sound of waves gently crashing in the background. The tropical setting enhances the flavors of the dish, making you feel as though you are on a mini vacation. The vibrant colors and fresh ingredients are reminiscent of the lush landscapes and bountiful produce of tropical regions, adding to the overall sensory experience. And the best part is, it's incredibly easy to make. With just a few simple steps, you can recreate this tropical delight in your own kitchen. The recipe is straightforward, requiring minimal effort and time, yet yielding maximum flavor. Whether you're an experienced cook or a beginner, you'll find that this dish is both accessible and rewarding to prepare. The ease of cooking allows you to focus on enjoying the process and the end result. So go on, give it a try and impress yourself and your loved ones with this taste of sunshine. Sharing this dish with family and friends adds to the joy of cooking and eating. As you present the beautifully prepared fish, watch the smiles and hear the compliments from your loved ones. It's a dish that brings people together, creating moments of happiness and connection. So, embrace the flavors of the tropics and make this dish a staple in your culinary repertoire.
Hey there, food lovers! Today we're diving into a dish that's bursting with flavor and a breeze to make fish paste with coconut milk. Imagine this: tender fish simmered in a creamy, fragrant coconut milk broth. It's like a mini vacation for your taste buds. This recipe hails from Southeast Asia, where coconut milk is a staple ingredient. It's comfort food at its finest, perfect for a cozy night in or a casual get-together with friends. Ready to get cooking? Let's do it! Before we start cooking up a storm, let's gather our delicious ingredients. This is the fun part where we get to see all the vibrant colors and fresh produce that will come together to create a mouth-watering dish. It's like preparing a painter's palette before creating a masterpiece. Each ingredient has its own unique role to play, contributing to the overall flavor and texture of our meal. Don't worry, this recipe is super flexible, so feel free to get creative with your favorites. If you have a particular ingredient you love, don't hesitate to include it. Cooking is all about personal expression and making something that you will enjoy. So, let's dive into the specifics of what we'll need. You'll need about 1 pound of firm white fish. This is the star of our dish, providing a delicate yet substantial base. Freshness is key here, so if you can, visit your local fish market and pick out the best fillets they have. The quality of the fish will make a significant difference in the final taste. I love using cod or tilapia, but catfish, snapper, or even salmon would be amazing. Each type of fish brings its own unique flavor and texture. Cod and tilapia are mild and flaky, making them perfect for absorbing the rich flavors of our sauce. Catfish and snapper have a bit more character, while salmon adds a luxurious buttery element. Choose what you love or what's freshest at the market. One 13.5-ounce can of full-fat coconut milk will give us that rich, creamy goodness. Coconut milk is a staple in many tropical cuisines, adding a luscious texture and subtle sweetness that complements the fish beautifully. Make sure to shake the can well before opening to mix the cream and liquid together. Grab 1 small onion, a couple of cloves of garlic, and a small knob of ginger. These aromatics are the foundation of our flavor profile. The onion adds a sweet, savory depth, while the garlic and ginger bring a zesty, pungent kick. When chopped finely and sautéed, they release their essential oils, creating a fragrant base for our dish. These will add tons of flavor. The combination of onion, garlic, and ginger is a classic trio in many cuisines, known for its ability to elevate any dish. As they cook, their aromas will fill your kitchen, setting the stage for the delicious meal to come. We'll use a teaspoon each of ground turmeric and ground cumin for warmth and depth. Turmeric brings a beautiful golden color and a slightly earthy, peppery flavor, while cumin adds a warm, nutty note. These spices are not just for flavor. They also have numerous health benefits, making our dish both delicious and nutritious. For a touch of heat, grab 1 fresh red chili pepper. The chili pepper will add a vibrant color and a spicy kick that balances the richness of the coconut milk. If you prefer a milder dish, you can remove the seeds and membranes, or use a milder variety of chili. Remember, you can always adjust the amount to your liking. Cooking is all about personal preference, so feel free to add more chili if you like it hot, or less if you prefer a gentler heat. Taste as you go and make it perfect for your palate. Season to taste with salt and pepper, my friends. These basic seasonings are essential for bringing out the natural flavors of our ingredients. A good pinch of salt and a few grinds of black pepper can make all the difference. A tablespoon of vegetable oil or coconut oil will do the trick. This will help to sauté our aromatics and create a smooth, cohesive sauce. Coconut oil adds an extra layer of tropical flavor, while vegetable oil is a neutral option that lets the other ingredients shine. For garnish and a burst of freshness, grab some cilantro, Thai basil, or green onions. These herbs will add a bright, fresh finish to our dish, cutting through the richness and adding a pop of color. Cilantro brings a citrusy note. Thai basil adds a hint of anise, and green onions offer a mild, oniony crunch. Choose your favorite or use a combination for a more complex flavor. First things first, let's give our fish a little spa treatment. This step is crucial to ensure that our fish is clean and free from any unwanted residues. By rinsing it under cold water, we remove any scales or impurities that might still be clinging to the surface. It's like giving your fish a refreshing shower before it takes center stage in our dish. After rinsing, it's important to pat the fish dry with paper towels. This helps to remove excess moisture, which is essential for achieving that perfect texture when cooking. A dry surface allows the fish to sear beautifully, giving it a deliciously crispy exterior while keeping the inside tender and juicy. Then, cut the fish into bite-sized pieces. No need to be too precise here. Just make sure they're roughly the same size so they cook evenly. Uniform pieces ensure that each bite is cooked to perfection, avoiding any undercooked or overcooked bits. Plus, smaller pieces make it easier to incorporate the fish into our dish, allowing the flavors to meld together harmoniously. Next, let's prep our aromatics. Aromatics are the backbone of any flavorful dish, providing depth and complexity to the overall taste. They are the unsung heroes that elevate a simple meal into something extraordinary. Finely chop the onion, mince the garlic, and grate the ginger. These ingredients will infuse our dish with a rich, savory aroma that will tantalize your taste buds. The onion adds sweetness, The garlic brings a pungent kick, and the ginger offers a warm, spicy note that ties everything together. For the chili pepper, you can either finely chop it or leave it whole for a milder heat. Chopping the chili will release more of its fiery essence, adding a bold, spicy flavor to our dish. If you prefer a gentler heat, leaving it whole will provide a subtle warmth without overpowering the other flavors. Now we're ready to move on to the fun part, building those amazing flavors. With our fish prepped and our aromatics ready, we're all set to create a dish that's bursting with taste and texture. Stay tuned as we combine these ingredients into a culinary masterpiece that will delight your senses and impress your guests. Grab a large pot or Dutch oven and heat the oil over medium heat. Make sure to use a pot with a heavy bottom to ensure even heating. This step is crucial as it sets the foundation for the flavors to develop. As the oil heats up, you can start preparing the other ingredients. Once the oil is shimmering, add the chopped onion and cook for a few minutes until it softens and turns translucent. The onions should be finely chopped to ensure they cook evenly. Stir occasionally to prevent them from sticking to the bottom of the pot. This process helps to release the natural sweetness of the onions, which will add depth to our dish. Now it's time to add our aromatics. Aromatics are essential in building the base flavors of our dish. They include ingredients like garlic, ginger, and chili peppers, which are known for their strong and distinctive flavors. Toss in the minced garlic, grated ginger, and chili pepper, if using. These ingredients should be freshly minced and grated to maximize their flavor. The garlic and ginger will provide a warm, spicy undertone, while the chili pepper will add a bit of heat. Adjust the amount of chili pepper based on your spice preference. Cook for another minute or two, stirring frequently until fragrant. This step is crucial as it allows the aromatics to release their essential oils, which are packed with flavor. Be careful not to burn them, as burnt garlic can add a bitter taste to the dish. The kitchen should be smelling amazing by now. The combination of onions, garlic, ginger, and chili pepper creates a mouth-watering aroma that will have everyone eagerly anticipating the meal. Next, add the ground turmeric and cumin. These spices are not only flavorful but also add a beautiful color to the dish. Turmeric provides a warm, earthy flavor and a vibrant yellow hue, while cumin adds a slightly nutty, peppery taste. Stir well to coat the aromatics and cook for another 30 seconds. This step ensures that the spices are evenly distributed and allows them to toast slightly, enhancing their flavor. This will help to bloom the spices and release their full flavor. Blooming spices in hot oil is a technique used to bring out the best in them, making the dish more aromatic and flavorful. The oil acts as a medium to extract and carry the flavors throughout the dish. Section 5. Simmer down now. Now, it's time for the star of the show, coconut milk. Pour the entire can into the pot and give it a good stir. Bring the mixture to a simmer over medium heat, then reduce the heat to low and let it simmer gently for about 10 minutes. This will allow the flavors to meld and the sauce to thicken slightly. While the sauce is simmering, taste it and adjust the seasoning with salt and pepper as needed. Remember, it's always better to underseason at this stage, as you can add more later. Section 6. Flavor Burst Finale. After 10 minutes, gently add the fish pieces to the simmering coconut milk broth. Make sure the fish is submerged in the sauce. Cover the pot and let it simmer for another 5 to 7 minutes, or until the fish is cooked through and flakes easily with a fork. Now here's a little trick for an extra flavor burst. Squeeze in the juice of half a lime or lemon during the last minute of cooking. The citrus will brighten up the flavors and add a touch of freshness. Section 7. Serving up smiles. Once the fish is cooked, it's time to serve up this tropical delight. Ladle the fish and coconut milk broth into bowls and garnish with your choice of fresh herbs. I love using chopped cilantro and a sprinkle of sliced green onions for a pop of color and flavor. This dish is incredibly versatile and can be served with a variety of sides. Steamed rice is a classic pairing, but you could also serve it with quinoa, couscous, or even crusty bread for dipping. Section 8. Leftover love. Got leftovers? Lucky you. This fish paste with coconut milk tastes even better the next day, as the flavors have more time to develop. Store it in an airtight container in the refrigerator for up to 3 days. To reheat, simply warm it up gently on the stovetop or in the microwave. You can also add a splash of water or coconut milk if it has thickened too much. Section 9. Rachel's final word. And there you have it, a delicious and easy fish paste with coconut milk recipe that's sure to impress. It's a true taste of the tropics that's perfect for any occasion. Remember, cooking should be fun and stress-free. Don't be afraid to experiment with different types of fish, herbs, or spices to make this recipe your own. Happy cooking, everyone!
Listen up, you lot. Today, we're diving headfirst into the vibrant world of Cambodian cuisine with a dish that will blow your minds. Nam Ban Jak. This ain't your average noodle soup. We're talking about a symphony of flavors and textures that'll have you licking the bowl clean. Nam Ban Jak is a beloved Cambodian breakfast staple, but don't let that fool you. It's hearty enough to satisfy any time of day. Picture this: a rich and savory pork broth, slurp-worthy rice noodles, tender slices of marinated pork, and a burst of fresh herbs and crunchy toppings. Are you drooling yet? Get ready to embark on a culinary adventure as I guide you through every step of mastering this Southeast Asian delight. Trust me, it's easier than you think, and the results are absolutely worth it. So, put on your aprons, grab your knives, and let's get cooking. Now, before we even think about turning on the stove, let's make sure we've got all our ducks in a row. Cooking is an art, and like any artist, you need to have your tools and materials ready before you start creating your masterpiece. Let's start by organizing our ingredients. A well-prepared kitchen is the first step to a successful dish. Here's your shopping list, and don't even think about skimping on the quality. High-quality ingredients make all the difference in the world. For the broth, you'll need pork bones for that deep, savory flavor. These bones are the foundation of our broth, providing richness and depth. Don't forget fish sauce, the magic ingredient that adds that unmistakable umami kick. It's like the secret weapon in your culinary arsenal. We'll also use salt, sugar, and a touch of white pepper to season everything to perfection. These simple seasonings elevate the flavors, making each bite a delight. For the noodles, we're using rice noodles, the kind specifically labeled for Nam Ban Jak. These noodles are essential for achieving the authentic texture and taste. They have a lovely, chewy texture that soaks up the broth like a dream. Properly prepared noodles are the heart of this dish. For the pork, we want tender, flavorful slices of pork loin. This cut of meat is perfect for absorbing the marinade and staying juicy during cooking. And we're going to marinate them with a blend of garlic, fish sauce, and sugar. This marinade infuses the pork with a balance of sweet and savory notes. Trust me, this is where the magic happens. The marinade not only flavors the pork but also tenderizes it, making each bite melt in your mouth. For the toppings, no self-respecting bowl of Nam Ban Jak is complete without an array of fresh toppings. These add color, texture, and an extra layer of flavor. Think chopped green onions, cilantro, fried shallots, and a squeeze of lime juice for that final touch of brightness. These toppings bring the dish to life, adding freshness and a burst of flavor. Got everything? Good. Now let's get this show on the road. With all our ingredients and tools ready, we're set to create something truly special. Let's dive into the cooking process and bring this dish to life. The broth is the soul of Nam Ban Jak, so we're going to give it the attention it deserves. This is where all the magic happens, transforming simple ingredients into a rich, flavorful base that will elevate the entire dish. First, rinse the pork bones under cold water to remove any impurities. This step is crucial, as it helps to ensure that our broth is clear and free from any unwanted particles. Then, chuck them into a large pot and cover them with water. Make sure the bones are fully submerged to extract all the goodness from them. Bring it to a boil over high heat, skimming off any scum that rises to the surface. This helps to keep the broth clean and clear, which is essential for a good Nam Ban Jak. Once the broth comes to a boil, reduce the heat to low and let it simmer for at least 2 hours, or even longer if you have the time. The slow simmering process allows the flavors to meld together beautifully. The longer it simmers, the richer and more flavorful it will be. Patience is key here, as a well-simmered broth can make all the difference. Just remember to keep an eye on the water level, and add more if needed. You don't want the broth to reduce too much and become too concentrated. After 2 hours, strain the broth through a fine mesh sieve to remove the bones and any solids. This step ensures that our broth is smooth and free from any unwanted bits. Now it's time to season this bad boy. This is where we add the final touches to bring out the full depth of flavor. Add fish sauce, salt, sugar, and white pepper to taste. These ingredients will enhance the natural flavors of the broth and give it that signature taste. Remember, we're aiming for a balance of salty, sweet, and savory. Each spoonful should be a harmonious blend of these flavors. Taste as you go and adjust the seasonings accordingly. Don't be afraid to tweak it until it's just right. Once you're happy with the flavor, keep the broth warm on the stovetop while we move on to the noodles. This warm, flavorful broth will be the perfect companion to our noodles, creating a dish that's both comforting and delicious. Alright, you lot, let's talk noodles. Now, the key here is to follow the package instructions to the letter. Different brands may have slightly different cooking times, and we don't want any mushy noodles ruining our masterpiece. Generally, you'll want to soak the rice noodles in hot water for about 10 to 15 minutes, or until they're pliable but still have a bit of bite. Don't even think about overcooking them, or you'll end up with a gloopy mess. Once the noodles are cooked, drain them thoroughly and rinse them under cold water to stop the cooking process. This will also help to prevent them from sticking together. Set the noodles aside while we move on to the star of the show, the pork. Remember, noodles are like sponges. They'll soak up all that flavor from the broth, so we need to make sure they're cooked just right. Section 5. Pork-tastic prep marinating for maximum flavor. In this section, we're diving deep into the art of marinating, a crucial step that can elevate your pork dishes from good to absolutely mouth-watering. Whether you're a seasoned chef or a home cook, mastering the marinade is a game-changer. For this recipe, we're using pork loin, but feel free to experiment with other cuts like pork belly or shoulder. Each cut brings its own unique texture and flavor profile, so don't be afraid to mix it up and find your favorite. Slice the pork thinly against the grain to ensure tenderness. This technique helps break down the muscle fibers, making each bite melt in your mouth. It's a small step that makes a big difference. And then it's time to work our marinade magic. The right combination of ingredients can transform your pork into a flavor-packed delight. In a bowl, combine minced garlic, fish sauce, and sugar. These ingredients are the foundation of our marinade, each bringing a unique element to the table. This trifecta of flavor will infuse the pork with a savory, slightly sweet, and utterly irresistible taste. The garlic adds a pungent kick, the fish sauce brings umami depth, and the sugar balances it all with a hint of sweetness. Add the sliced pork to the marinade and make sure every piece is coated evenly. This ensures that each slice absorbs the maximum amount of flavor. Now cover the bowl and let the pork marinate in the fridge for at least 30 minutes or even better, overnight. The longer it marinates, the more intense the flavors will be. This will give the flavors ample time to penetrate the meat, resulting in tender and flavorful slices that will have you coming back for more. Patience is key here, as the marinating process is where the magic truly happens. Remember, a good marinade is key to unlocking the full potential of your pork. It's not just about adding flavor, it's about enhancing the texture and juiciness of the meat. Don't rush this step and your taste buds will thank you later. So take your time, let the flavors meld, and enjoy the delicious results of your marinating efforts. Section 6. Assembling your masterpiece, bringing it all together. Alright, you lot, it's time to assemble this culinary masterpiece. Get your bowls ready, because things are about to get messy in the best possible way. Start by dividing a generous portion of cooked noodles into each bowl. Next, ladle in that piping hot, flavor-packed broth, making sure to submerge the noodles completely. Now, for the piece de resistance, arrange a few slices of the marinated pork on top of the noodles, allowing them to cook through in the hot broth. Don't you dare even think about serving this dish without its crown jewels, the toppings. Section 7. Garnish galore, elevating your nam ban jok to new heights. This is where your creativity can run wild. Sprinkle over a generous handful of chopped green onions and cilantro for a burst of freshness. Add a sprinkle of fried shallots for a satisfying crunch. And for a touch of acidity that will make all the flavors pop, squeeze a wedge of lime over each bowl. But wait, there's more. If you're feeling adventurous, try adding other toppings like sliced chilies for an extra kick, bean sprouts for added texture, or even a fried egg for extra richness. Remember, the toppings are your opportunity to personalize your nam ban jok and make it your own. Section 8. Flavor finesse, tips and tricks for taste bud tantalization. Want to take your nam ban jok to the next level? Here are a few chef's secrets to blow your mind. For a richer broth, roast the pork bones in the oven for 30 minutes before simmering them to enhance their flavor. For extra depth, add a piece of dried squid or a few dried shrimp to the broth while it simmers. For a touch of sweetness, some recipes call for adding a teaspoon of rock sugar to the broth. For a spicy kick, serve your Namban Jak with a side of chili oil or sambal olek. Remember, cooking is all about experimentation. Don't be afraid to adjust the flavors to your liking and make this recipe your own. Section 9. Bon appetit, savoring your Khmer culinary triumph. There you have it, you lot. A steaming bowl of Namban Jak, bursting with flavor and ready to transport your taste buds straight to the heart of Cambodia. Now grab a spoon, find a comfy spot, and dig in. As you savor each slurp-worthy bite, remember that you've just conquered a culinary masterpiece. And the best part? You can recreate this dish anytime you want, impressing your friends and family with your newfound culinary prowess. So go on, give yourself a pat on the back. You've earned it. And next time you're looking for an adventure in the kitchen, you know where to find me. Bon appetit!
Nothing says happy birthday like a homemade cake. It's a tradition that brings warmth and joy, a symbol of love and care. When you bake a cake for someone, you're not just making a dessert. You're creating a memory, a moment that will be cherished. The aroma of a freshly baked cake wafting through the house, the sight of the beautifully decorated treat, and the taste of that first bite. All these elements come together to make birthdays special. It's a gift from the heart, baked with love. Every step of the process, from mixing the batter to adding the final touches, is infused with your affection. The act of baking itself becomes a bonding experience, especially when done with family. Imagine the laughter and conversations that fill the kitchen as you work together, each person contributing to the creation of this special treat. It's not just about the cake, it's about the time spent together, the shared effort, and the joy of creating something beautiful and delicious. Even if you're new to baking, making a birthday cake is easier than you think. With a little patience and the right recipe, anyone can do it. Start by gathering all your ingredients and reading through the recipe carefully. Don't be intimidated by the process. Take it one step at a time. Remember, every great baker started as a beginner. The key is to enjoy the journey and not worry too much about perfection. After all, it's the thought and effort that count the most. Just follow these simple steps and you'll be celebrating with a delicious cake in no time. Begin by preheating your oven and preparing your baking pans. Mix your dry ingredients in one bowl and your wet ingredients in another. Gradually combine them, stirring until you have a smooth batter. Pour the batter into the prepared pans and place them in the oven. As the cake bakes, you'll see it rise and turn golden brown, filling your kitchen with a delightful aroma. Once it's done, let it cool before adding your favorite frosting and decorations. Baking a cake is like starting a fun adventure. Each step is a new discovery, from measuring the ingredients to watching the cake rise in the oven. It's a creative process that allows you to express yourself. You can experiment with different flavors, colors, and decorations to make the cake uniquely yours. And the best part? You get to enjoy the fruits of your labor at the end, sharing it with those you love. You gather all your ingredients, mix them together, and pop them in the oven. It's a simple yet magical process. The transformation from a bowl of raw ingredients to a beautifully baked cake is nothing short of amazing. Each ingredient plays a crucial role, from the flour that gives structure to the eggs that add richness. As you mix them together, you're creating something greater than the sum of its parts. And when you finally put the batter in the oven, you can almost feel the anticipation building. Then, something magical happens. A simple batter transforms into a golden cake. The heat of the oven works its magic, causing the batter to rise and set. The edges turn a beautiful golden brown, and the top becomes slightly domed. As the timer goes off, you know that your creation is ready. Carefully take it out of the oven and let it cool. The hardest part is waiting, but it's worth it. The smell alone is enough to make your mouth water. The best part? You get to share this delicious creation with your loved ones. There's something incredibly satisfying about seeing the smiles on their faces as they take their first bite. The cake becomes a centerpiece of the celebration, a symbol of the love and effort you put into making the day special. It's a moment of connection, a way to show how much you care. And as everyone gathers around to enjoy the cake, you realize that the true magic of baking lies in the joy it brings to others. The smiles on their faces are the biggest reward of all. It's a reminder that the best gifts are those made with love and care. The memories created around that cake will last a lifetime. Every birthday, every celebration, becomes a little more special with a homemade cake. It's a tradition worth keeping, a way to show your loved ones just how much they mean to you. So don't be afraid to roll up your sleeves and get baking. The joy and satisfaction you'll feel are unmatched. So put on your apron and let's get baking. Whether you're a seasoned baker or a complete novice, the experience of making a birthday cake is one you'll cherish. It's not just about the end result, but the journey of creating something with your own hands. So gather your ingredients, follow the steps, and most importantly, have fun. The love and effort you put into baking will shine through in every bite. Happy baking! Before we begin, let's gather our baking tools. Having the right tools on hand is essential for a smooth and enjoyable baking experience. It ensures that we can follow the recipe accurately and achieve the best results. So, let's take a moment to go through the list of tools we'll need. Don't worry, you won't need any fancy equipment. We'll keep it simple. The beauty of baking is that you can create delicious treats with just a few basic tools. Whether you're a seasoned baker or a beginner, these tools will make the process easier and more enjoyable. You will need 2 round cake pans, measuring cups and spoons, mixing bowls. The cake pans will help shape our cake, while the measuring cups and spoons ensure we get the right amount of each ingredient. Mixing bowls are essential for combining our ingredients smoothly. An electric mixer or a whisk and some muscle. The electric mixer will save us time and effort, but if you prefer a more hands-on approach, a whisk will do just fine. Just be prepared to put in a bit of elbow grease, a spatula, a cooling rack, and parchment paper. The spatula is great for scraping down the sides of bowls and spreading batter evenly. The cooling rack allows our cake to cool evenly, and parchment paper prevents sticking and makes cleanup a breeze. These tools will help us measure, mix, bake, and cool our cake to perfection. Each tool has a specific purpose and will contribute to the overall success of our baking project. By having everything ready and within reach, we can focus on the fun part, baking. Now that we have everything we need, let's move on to the ingredients. With our tools gathered and ready, we're well prepared to start the baking process. Stay tuned as we dive into the ingredients that will bring our cake to life. For a classic vanilla cake, you will need 2 cups all-purpose flour, 2 cups granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1 cup unsalted butter, softened, 2 large eggs, 1 cup milk, and 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. These simple ingredients, combined with a little bit of love, will transform into a delicious birthday cake. Make sure your ingredients are at room temperature before starting. This will help them blend together smoothly. Now comes the fun part, making the cake batter. This is where the magic begins, and you get to see all the ingredients come together to form a delicious cake. It's a process that requires a bit of patience and precision, but the results are always worth it. First, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 175 degrees Celsius. This step is crucial because it ensures that your cake bakes evenly. An oven that's not properly preheated can cause the cake to cook unevenly, leading to a less than perfect texture. Grease and flour your cake pans. This might seem like a small step, but it's incredibly important. Greasing the pans ensures that the cake doesn't stick to the sides, making it easier to remove once it's baked. Dusting with flour adds an extra layer of protection and helps create a nice crust on the outside of the cake. This will prevent the cake from sticking. You don't want to go through all the effort of making a cake only to have it fall apart when you try to take it out of the pan. Taking the time to properly prepare your pans will save you a lot of frustration later on. In a large bowl, combine the flour, sugar, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. These dry ingredients form the base of your cake batter. Each one plays a crucial role. The flour provides structure, the sugar adds sweetness, the baking powder and baking soda help the cake rise, and the salt enhances the overall flavor. Mix them together with a whisk. Make sure everything is well combined and there are no lumps. This step ensures that the leavening agents are evenly distributed throughout the batter, which helps the cake rise uniformly. In another bowl, cream together the softened butter and sugar until light and fluffy. This process incorporates air into the mixture, which helps create a light and tender cake. The butter should be at room temperature to ensure it mixes well with the sugar. Beat in the eggs one at a time. Adding the eggs gradually helps to maintain the emulsion and prevents the batter from curdling. Each egg should be fully incorporated before adding the next one. Then stir in the vanilla extract. This adds a wonderful depth of flavor to the cake. Vanilla is a classic addition that enhances the sweetness and adds a subtle aromatic note. Gradually add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients, alternating with the milk. Mix until just combined. This method helps to prevent overmixing, which can make the cake tough. The milk adds moisture and helps to create a smooth batter. Be careful not to overmix. Overmixing can develop the gluten in the flour too much, resulting in a dense and chewy cake. You want to mix just until the ingredients are combined and no more. This will give you a tender and fluffy cake. Pour the batter evenly into the prepared cake pans. Gently tap the pans on the counter to release any air bubbles. Bake for 30 to 35 minutes or until a wooden toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. Remember, each oven is different, so keep an eye on your cake and adjust the baking time if needed. The toothpick test is our secret weapon for ensuring a perfectly baked cake. After 30 minutes, insert a wooden toothpick into the center of the cake. If it comes out clean, your cake is done. If there's batter on the toothpick, bake for a few more minutes and test again. This simple test prevents us from ending up with a raw or overbaked cake. Once baked, let the cakes cool in the pans for 10 minutes. Then, run a knife around the edges to loosen them. Carefully invert the cakes onto a wire rack to cool completely before frosting. This step is crucial to prevent a soggy cake. While the cakes are cooling, prepare your favorite frosting and choose your decorations. Now for the most exciting part, decorating. This is where you can unleash your creativity. Frost the cooled cake with your favorite frosting. You can use a simple buttercream frosting or get creative with different flavors and colors. Decorate with sprinkles, chocolate chips, or fresh fruit. You can even write a birthday message on top. Your homemade birthday cake is ready to be shared and enjoyed. Serve it with pride and watch as your loved ones savor every bite. The joy of baking is in the sharing, and this cake is sure to make someone's birthday extra special. Remember, even if your cake isn't perfect, it's the thought and effort that counts. Happy baking!
Pizza night! Making pizza at home is fun. You can choose your favorite toppings. It's yummy for everyone. Let's make pizza! Getting ready ingredients and tools. We need some things to make pizza. Let's start by gathering all the necessary ingredients and tools. Having everything ready before you begin will make the process smoother and more enjoyable. For the dough, we need flour. Flour is the base of our dough, providing the structure and texture. Make sure to use high-quality flour for the best results. Sifting the flour helps to aerate it, making the dough lighter and fluffier. We also need water, yeast, salt, and a little sugar. Water is essential for hydrating the flour and activating the yeast. Yeast is the magic ingredient that makes the dough rise, giving it that wonderful, airy texture. Salt enhances the flavor, while a little sugar helps to feed the yeast and speed up the fermentation process. For the topping, we need tomato sauce and cheese. Tomato sauce forms the base layer of our pizza, adding a rich, tangy flavor. You can use store-bought sauce or make your own for a more personalized touch. Cheese is a must-have for any pizza, providing that gooey, melty goodness that we all love. Mozzarella is the classic choice, but feel free to experiment with other types of cheese like cheddar, Parmesan, or even a blend. And anything you like on pizza, this is where you can get creative. Whether you prefer classic toppings like pepperoni and mushrooms, or more adventurous options like pineapple and jalapenos, the choice is yours. Don't forget to add some fresh vegetables for a burst of color and nutrition. Bell peppers, onions, olives, and spinach are all great options. Remember, the key to a great pizza is balance, so try to mix and match your toppings to create a harmonious blend of flavors and textures. Now let's talk about the tools you'll need. A good rolling pin is essential for rolling out the dough to the perfect thickness. Mixing bowls are necessary for combining your ingredients and letting the dough rise. A pizza stone or a baking sheet will help to achieve that crispy crust. If you have a pizza peel, it will make transferring the pizza to and from the oven much easier. Don't forget a sharp knife or a pizza cutter for slicing your finished masterpiece. Before we start, make sure your kitchen is clean and your hands are washed. A clean workspace is crucial for food safety and will make the cooking process more enjoyable. Now that we have everything we need, we're ready to start making our delicious homemade pizza. Let's get cooking. Making the dough our foundation. First, we mix the yeast and sugar with warm water. Then we add flour and salt, mix it all up until it forms a ball. This is our pizza dough. Yeast, the tiny helper. Yeast is our little helper. It makes the dough rise and become fluffy. Make sure the water is warm, not hot, for the yeast to do its magic. Section 5. Kneading, like a gentle massage. Now we knead the dough, we push it and fold it with our hands. This makes the dough smooth and stretchy. Section 6. Toppings time. Choose your favorites. While the dough rests, we prepare the toppings. We can use tomato sauce, cheese, vegetables, meats, or whatever we like. Section 7. Pizza assembly. Building our masterpiece. Now we roll out the dough. We spread the tomato sauce on the dough. Then, we add the cheese and all our favorite toppings. Section 8. Baking time. Into the oven it goes. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. After all the preparation, it's finally time to bake our delicious creation. The oven is preheated, and the pizza is ready to go in. Carefully we open the oven door, feeling the rush of heat that escapes. The aroma of the preheated oven fills the kitchen, promising a delightful meal ahead. We gently place the pizza onto the rack, making sure it's centered for even baking. The door closes, and now, the magic begins. Finally, we bake the pizza in a hot oven. The heat is intense, and you can see the flames dancing around the edges of the pizza. This high temperature is crucial for achieving that perfect crust. As the pizza bakes, the dough starts to rise, and the toppings begin to meld together. The cheese starts to melt, creating a gooey, delicious layer over the toppings. The edges of the crust start to turn a beautiful golden brown, and the smell becomes even more irresistible. It's a sensory experience that makes the wait worthwhile. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes. We set the timer and wait patiently. This is the perfect time to clean up the kitchen or prepare any sides you might want to serve with your pizza. As the timer counts down, you can occasionally peek through the oven window to check on the progress. The anticipation builds with each passing minute. You can see the cheese bubbling and the crust turning more golden. The timer is a helpful tool to ensure that the pizza is baked to perfection without burning. It's important to keep an eye on it though, as oven temperatures can vary. We know it's ready when the crust is golden brown and the cheese is bubbly. This is the moment of truth. The pizza has transformed from a simple dough with toppings into a mouth-watering masterpiece. The crust is perfectly crisp, and the cheese has melted into a bubbly golden layer. The toppings are cooked to perfection, and the aroma is simply irresistible. Carefully we open the oven door and take out the pizza, letting it cool for a moment before slicing. The wait is over, and it's time to enjoy the fruits of our labor. Each bite is a testament to the effort and love put into making this pizza. Enjoy! Section 9. Enjoy. Welcome to this delightful journey of making and enjoying homemade pizza. There's something incredibly satisfying about creating your own pizza from scratch, and today, we're going to take you through every step of the process, from kneading the dough to adding your favorite toppings, and finally, savoring each delicious bite with your loved ones. So let's get started and make some unforgettable memories in the kitchen. Share with friends and family. One of the best parts about making pizza at home is the joy of sharing it with friends and family. Imagine the laughter and conversations that flow as everyone gathers around the table, eagerly waiting for the pizza to come out of the oven. It's not just about the food, it's about the experience, the togetherness, and the love that goes into every slice. Whether it's a casual weeknight dinner or a special celebration, homemade pizza brings people closer and creates lasting memories. Our homemade pizza is ready. The moment we've all been waiting for is here. The aroma of freshly baked pizza fills the air, and it's time to take it out of the oven. Look at that golden crust, the bubbling cheese, and the perfectly cooked toppings. There's nothing quite like the satisfaction of seeing your homemade creation come to life. Presenting the pizza to your family and friends is a proud moment, and their excited reactions make all the effort worthwhile. Cut it into slices and enjoy it with friends and family. Now comes the fun part, cutting the pizza into slices and serving it to everyone. Each slice is a piece of happiness, and as you share it with your loved ones, you can see the joy on their faces. The first bite is always magical, with the perfect balance of flavors and textures. It's a moment to savor and enjoy, surrounded by the people who matter most. You can try different toppings every time you make pizza. One of the best things about making pizza at home is the endless possibilities for toppings. You can get creative and try something new each time. From classic pepperoni and cheese to gourmet combinations like prosciutto and arugula, the options are limitless. Experiment with different flavors and ingredients to find your perfect pizza. It's a fun way to keep things exciting and discover new favorites. Have fun in the kitchen. The kitchen is the heart of the home, and making pizza together is a wonderful way to bond with your family and friends. Get everyone involved in the process, from rolling out the dough to adding the toppings. It's a team effort that brings everyone closer. Laugh, chat, and enjoy each other's company as you create something delicious together. These moments of togetherness and fun are what make homemade pizza truly special. So, roll up your sleeves, get creative, and most importantly, have fun in the kitchen.
Pancakes are brilliant. Everyone loves pancakes. They are soft, fluffy, and super yummy. Making your own pancakes is fun and easy. You can even get the kids involved. Homemade pancakes always taste better than store-bought. Let's get cooking! Before we start, let's gather our cooking tools. Having the right tools on hand will make the cooking process smoother and more enjoyable. It's always a good idea to lay out everything you need before you begin, so you're not scrambling to find things mid-recipe. This way you can focus on the fun part, cooking. You will need a large bowl for mixing. A large mixing bowl is essential because it gives you plenty of room to combine all your ingredients without making a mess. Whether you're mixing dry ingredients or wet ingredients, having a spacious bowl will make the task much easier. Plus, it's versatile and can be used for a variety of recipes. Grab a whisk too to mix everything together. A whisk is a handy tool that helps to blend ingredients smoothly and incorporate air into your mixtures, which is especially important for recipes like pancakes or cakes. It's also great for making sauces and dressings. Make sure your whisk is sturdy and comfortable to hold. A non-stick frying pan is best for cooking pancakes. Non-stick pans are great because they prevent food from sticking, which means you can cook with less oil and have an easier cleanup. They're perfect for delicate foods like pancakes, eggs, and fish. Make sure your pan is in good condition, with no scratches or peeling. Don't forget a spatula for flipping. A good spatula is essential for flipping pancakes, burgers, and other foods. Look for one that's sturdy and has a comfortable grip. A silicone spatula is a great choice because it's heat-resistant and won't scratch your non-stick pans. With the right spatula, you can flip your food with ease and confidence. Now for the ingredients. You will need 1 cup all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon sugar, 2 teaspoons baking powder, half a teaspoon salt, 1 large egg, 1 cup milk, and 2 tablespoons melted butter. Pour the flour into a large mixing bowl. Make sure to use a measuring cup to get the exact amount needed for your recipe. This is crucial for achieving the right consistency in your batter. Flour is the foundation of your batter, providing structure and texture. Next, add the sugar. Sugar not only sweetens the batter, but also helps to tenderize it, giving your final product a delightful texture. Then, measure out the baking powder. Baking powder is a leavening agent that will help your batter rise, making it light and fluffy. And salt into your mixing bowl. Salt enhances the flavors of all the other ingredients, making your batter taste even better. Mix these dry ingredients together with your whisk until they are well combined. In a separate bowl, crack an egg and whisk it together with the milk. The egg adds richness and helps bind the ingredients, while the milk adds moisture and helps create a smooth batter. Now melt some butter and let it cool slightly before adding it to the egg and milk mixture. The butter adds flavor and moisture, making your batter rich and delicious. Slowly pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. Gently whisk everything together until you have a smooth batter. Be careful not to overmix, as this can make the batter tough. It's perfectly fine if there are a few lumps. They will disappear during cooking. Enjoy the process and look forward to the delicious results. Place your non-stick frying pan on the stove. Turn the heat to medium. Add a small knob of butter to the pan and let it melt. This will stop your pancakes from sticking and make them extra tasty. Now for the fun part. Cooking pancakes is not just about following a recipe. It's about enjoying the process and creating something delicious. Let's dive into the details of how to cook your first side to a perfect golden brown. First, pour about 1/4 cup of batter onto the hot pan for each pancake. Make sure your pan is preheated to medium heat. This ensures that the pancakes cook evenly and develop a nice golden brown color. If the pan is too hot, the pancakes might burn on the outside while remaining raw on the inside. Conversely, if the pan is too cool, the pancakes will take too long to cook and might turn out rubbery. Depending on the size of your pan, you can cook 2 to 3 pancakes at a time. This allows you to manage the cooking process more effectively and ensures that each pancake gets the attention it deserves. If you're using a smaller pan, it's best to cook 1 pancake at a time to avoid overcrowding, which can lead to uneven cooking. Cook the pancakes for about 2 to 3 minutes, or until bubbles start to appear on the surface. These bubbles are a key indicator that the pancakes are ready to be flipped. The edges should also start to look set and slightly dry. If you flip the pancakes too early, they might fall apart or not cook evenly on the other side. Patience is key here. While waiting, you can prepare any toppings or accompaniments you plan to serve with your pancakes, such as fresh fruit, syrup, or whipped cream. When it's time to flip, use a spatula to gently lift the edge of the pancake and quickly turn it over. The first side should be a beautiful golden brown. If it's not, adjust your heat accordingly for the next batch. Cooking is all about learning and adjusting as you go. Once flipped, cook the second side for another 1 to 2 minutes until it's also golden brown and cooked through. Remember, practice makes perfect, and each pancake you make will be better than the last. And there you have it, perfectly golden brown pancakes ready to be enjoyed. Serve them hot with your favorite toppings and savor the delicious results of your efforts. Cooking pancakes is a delightful experience that brings joy to both the cook and those who get to eat them. Happy cooking! Time to flip. Carefully slide your spatula under the edge of the pancake. Lift and quickly flip it over. Cook the other side for another 1 to 2 minutes, or until golden brown. Once your pancakes are cooked, stack them on a plate. You can keep them warm in a low oven while you cook the rest of the batter. Now it's time to enjoy your delicious homemade pancakes. Add your favorite toppings like fresh fruit, whipped cream, chocolate chips, or a drizzle of syrup. Enjoy!